bring it local because I know that's where many of you have questions. There have been all kinds of things, some reports, some rumors, innuendo, social media, message boards, etc., about Ole Miss and its situation. That Ole Miss has an outbreak. That is not true. Ole Miss does not have a COVID outbreak. Nobody, I could not get a person to give me specific numbers other than to say that it is a minuscule amount of positive cases. Now, the first question that I think most people are asking is, hold on, I thought the whole team was vaccinated. Why were they testing? Well, the answer is they weren't. But you have players that were and are leaving Oxford today. By the way, they did practice today. I know there was some reporting earlier today. I don't know if that was recanted or retracted or whatever. I was told with 100% certainty Ole Miss did practice football today as they were scheduled to practice today. And then it was later today that everybody was leaving to be on their merry way home for the holidays for a few days. Now, we're going to get in just a second to how the plans are changing for Ole Miss because the plans are changing from where they were when everybody went home last night. Give you that in just a second, but that's not because specifically of what's going on at Ole Miss. It's because of what the college football playoff and its bowls, the playoff bowls and the New Year's Six bowls, the new protocols that they have allowed for earlier today. So, Ole Miss did practice. A very, 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 very small number of positive cases exist within the Ole Miss football program. No, they weren't testing because everybody within the program is vaccinated. However, there were circumstances for a small number of players in which they needed to be tested because of whatever they were doing for the next few days. Whether it was travel related or where they were going, perhaps they were going to some place that had testing requirements in place, and so they had to do that. Nobody that was tested who tested positive was symptomatic. I was told that one of the players who tested positive had a fever, had a temperature of 98 degrees. So like below the 98.6 that a normal person has. No symptoms out there, and yet there was some testing that had to take place because of circumstances related to travel or where guys were going or something that they were doing in the coming days. Maybe it was because of a family member that they were going to be around, and it was an extra deal of precaution. But Ole Miss was not going through, we're testing the team now just because people are talking about COVID all the place. It just wasn't happening. Contact tracing, that would be another question that people have, is different than it was a year ago. Again, because of the vaccination status of the entire football team. Borky, which is to say, if you were around somebody that tested positive and you are showing no symptoms and you have been vaccinated, then you don't have to be tested. You can like the vaccine or not like the vaccine or the shot or the inoculation or however it is that you want to describe it. But due to the fact that Ole Miss had a 100% shot rate, vaccination rate, it makes the contact tracing and the mandatory testing a whole lot easier, period. All right, in terms of the change, the plan was, as of yesterday, Ole Miss's team would be reconvening in New Orleans on the 26th of December, the day after Christmas. It appears that is no longer going to be the case. Instead of going directly to New Orleans and being in and around the bowl site for 6 days, the college football playoff and the New Year's Six bowls have allowed teams to now come in for a, minimum of 3 days? They got to be there 2 days before the game. Yeah. The day of the game being the third day. And so instead of going in on the 26th, the working plan now for Ole Miss is to go into New Orleans on the 30th as a team. it felt like a really bad idea and really unfair to the players to say, we're going on the 26th, but you're quarantined at the hotel for a week. They would rather bring the entire team back to Oxford, go through their practices, players have a little bit more freedom, and then travel as a team en masse on the 30th.